Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of A Tale of Wizards and Bribes, where we play Dungeons and Dragons in the Bloodbowl universe with Allard, Afmi, and cKnoor. And I'm the Sage. Hiya.
Hello.
Hi.
So, we just snuck into the Necromancer's lair, which was just a house where a coach was doing stuff. And we did really well. We got some nice info and did some nice sabotage and some misdirection. Good idea, cool. Alberto. And we're on to the next day.
Yes, we're on to the day of the actual, well, the players showing what they got. So, you guys wake up, and as you go outside to head towards the talent day itself, quickly see what rolls are being rolled.
Ooh, this is my portent, which I can assign to any role I want. And I rolled a 10.
Interesting.
So if I want to force myself to enter the chaos corruption scene, I can now do so. Awesome.
Okay, interesting.
Cheats.
Yes.
So, right. So you guys wake up. Well, let's kind of skip to the morning stuff. You guys have your breakfast. Kind of talk about what happened yesterday. Oh
no.
Oh wait, what? No.
I take my bowl. I fill it up with water. I do some incantations, and I look into the water, and I see, you guys, I have the feeling something interesting might happen. So please be ready for whatever.
Okay, if I look over his shoulder and look into the bowl, do I see anything?
You see glimmers, but you're not able to make sense of them. Yeah. And so I wrap some leather straps around my hands, and I say, "Ooh, Armis." And you see this blue shiver going all over my skin. And I roll a 10 for my chaos randomness.
Right.
D100, right, Allard?
I believe so. Let me see.
I rolled a 27. I believe high was good.
27. Rupture. Your nose begins to bleed and continues until you make a successful fortitude save or a constitution save.
Okay. No, not the most interesting. Okay. Are you guys ready? I'm sure something. Oh, dude.
Bleeding from the nose. Oh, you do?
You said this would be good. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm sure I'll be fine in a moment.
He just used magic. Just pinch your nose and lean backwards.
Yeah, lean backwards. No, this happens all the time on the pitch.
If I lean backwards, I'll just get this big glob of mucus in my throat. I need to lean forwards and pinch. Don't you guys know anything about medicine? Seriously.
Dude, you have a really big brain, because that's a lot of blood coming out of your face.
Oh man, I just need to. I'm sure I'll be fine. Could someone get me some like a tissue or? Oh, man, it's getting all over my robes. I'm gonna have to wash these.
You know what? I'm gonna leave you here, because whatever you've got going on. Is this part of a ritual?
It'll be okay in a moment, I'm sure. What was the DC again?
10.
Okay.
Well,
okay. I think
we can all agree on that. I think we can all agree that was indeed very interesting.
Yeah.
The most interesting thing I've seen all day.
Yeah, and we haven't even started.
Look, we've got stuff to do. I can wash these sometime.
I thought wizards didn't wash their robes. I thought that was a thing.
Mm-hmm. That explains a lot.
Yeah, that's why I thought that. I mean, isn't that why most wizards have red or brown robes?
Mm.
There's some red and brown in here too, I think. Yeah.
I'm just saying. I don't know that many wizards that have white robes. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Really young ones.
It's true. I should probably try and wipe some of this out of my beard or something.
No, I like the red. It's very becoming.
I mean, it helps us if we want to look incompetent, which I don't know.
It makes him look incompetent.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're in his like scouting crew, so it kind of
it does kind of rub off, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does really.
I want to go.
So yeah, you should probably clean that up.
Yeah. Maybe just shave the beard.
This is not how I had pictured the forces of chaos, but I'm sure it'll get better with practice.
Yes,
you and I are going to have a word about this because this is not working out. We need to do better.
The powers of chaos cannot be predicted.
Well, let's go.
So yeah. As we is he ready? Is he clean? Is he presentable?
Well, he's looked better, but I mean, you do have enough time to kind of wash up a little bit if you would want to.
He wants to.
They want me to.
All right. Okay. Well, you look a little bit more presentable, and you guys set
the
off.
Usual.
And well, as you're outside, you notice it's not quite as busy as it was the last few days. You imagine maybe people have gone to see this talent day.
I would.
And you head to the stadium, and as you get there, all the scouts are being led inside, and Adi is there, and Adi is very excited to see all of you, especially Alberto, who he walks off to and he shakes Alberto's hand. It's good to see you, my friend.
Yeah, it's good to see you too. It's the big day, right?
It is. I've been looking forward to this.
Same.
It's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some of these players, I've known them for almost, their entire childhood, and it's been quite something.
Yeah, you think you can hook us up with some good seats?
I mean, all the scouts will get the best seats.
Yeah, but Alberto right here, he's your bro.
Well, I think everyone should we should make this as fair as possible. Everyone should have a good look. So as long as all the seats are the same, that's fine with me.
And you only have permanent seats. I mean, you can take your seats, but you can also walk down and interact with the players.
Yeah, we actually ran into Durain last afternoon.
Oh,
for some reason he was perched on a roof. We took him for a bit.
Of him?
No, he seemed very fired up. So we'll see.
Oh,
we'll see if he manages to do what he said he'd do.
No, what did he say?
Oh, that he was gonna beat everyone. So
really,
fighting spirit in that.
That's the sort of excitement I like, and that's the sort of excitement and energy all my players have here. So you're in for a show.
We are indeed.
The only thing I was worried about was maybe his teamwork wasn't that great. He decided, for some reason, he thought it was a good idea to insult, like Alexei, which was odd to me. But we'll Blood Bowl players are a bit strange, so we'll see how it works.
But I've been thinking about it. It could have been like a defense mechanism. Maybe he was so much awe.
I think he was jealous.
It's probably true. Well,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes, it was probably something like that.
So, okay, let's see if he can impress us today. It's all good.
Yes, that sounds like a very good idea. So, come inside. There's a little bit of business to take care of before we can begin. You're led into a hall, which basically is a sort of entrance area to this main stadium. Usually it's probably very busy here. But right now it's empty and there's a few benches placed. And you see that there's a large man wearing golden armor and who has a very large book with him. The largest book I can find is this one here. And he kind of slaps the book in his hand like this. And he looks very intimidating.
For a man with a book?
And Adi says to you, this guy, he's called Gerbard. And he's the Emperor sent him to kind of make sure everything went well.
Oh, okay. The official.
Yes. So, if you'll excuse me, he Adi walks up to the stage and gets up. He says, Scouts, thank you all for coming. And I'm so very, very excited that the Talent Day is finally going to start. The players are excited and looking forward to it. But before we can begin, there's one last thing to take care of. And that is for Gerbert to explain a few things. Gerbert! And he walks off. Says, thank you for the introduction. At all of you, very sternly, I hope that all of you understand how serious all of this is. Today, you will choose players. Players that will serve the Empire. He looks next to the players who are sitting in a different region. There's about 50 of them. And he looks at them very sternly. You see that most of them seem a bit... if they find him a little bit scary, a bit frightening. And he says, in this book, I have signatures of most of you, but not all. Not all of you have agreed to serving the Empire, but I will expect you to do so now. If you do not serve the Emperor and the Empire, you will anger me greatly. I advise you not to. He hands the book over, which is laying out on the table, and he says, sign now. And the players get up and walk.
Can we do, are there specific players that we can look at that are actually getting up right now?
Yes, I mean, there are. You see that Bool is led towards the book, and Gifford. At the end, he's basically just, they put some ink on his paw and he just puts it on the book.
All right.
There is the vampire player who walks up and says, well, I didn't see a need to do it before, but I'll do it now.
Ha 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 ha.
And there's a few more. I mean, it doesn't seem like the...
One signature!
Yeah, I was thinking.
I love signing things. So, it's taken care of. And he says, good. Now you've all become soldiers of the Empire. Together, we will make sure that Altdorf and everyone is protected. Now, you will all bow to the will of Sigmar. And he holds up the book, and a few people bow, a bit uncertain if they should.
Do we bow?
It's up to you guys.
Nope. I was not impressed by this guy. I just rolled for it.
All right.
I actually think that my character, out of I call it as a behavioral mannerism, because I used to be a player, I just go down on the knee, go like, yeah, whatever.
Right. What's the vibe of the room?
Well, the players are a little bit scared for the most part, but also a little bit confused. Because this guy is a bit more forceful than they had expected, probably.
What's Ode doing?
He's kind of sitting to the side, looking a little bit nervous.
I'm gonna. Well, if he's not bowing, I'm not bowing.
So I'm the only one bowing. That's basically what's happening.
Well, you see that at a certain point, Gerbert looks at Ali, and Ali is like, "Oh," and bows.
I did the same.
I'm probably too socially awkward to do so.
And after a while, Adi says, so, the Empire is great. We've all bowed, most of us. Gerbert looks sort of disapprovingly at Adi and says, yes, it will be sufficient. You've all signed, and it will be enough. Make sure that I will look over this entire event to make sure things go fair. And that everyone who signs and is chosen by a team will play for that team.
I have a really stupid question right now. We're in it's a daytime, right? Sure.
Yes.
How's the vampire handling all of this?
It seems to be strangely all right.
You can see this oily gleam on his face, and he's wearing sunglasses.
He's like really.
He does have sunglasses.
Lathered up. All right, cool.
Yes, he does have sunglasses. You're inside right now. Perhaps that helps. Anyway, Adi takes over again.
I wanted to suggest this before, but I haven't. So what I'll do is I'll cast a quick cantrip to tell both Alexei and Alberto, if there's anything we need to discuss, just send me some kind of signal and we can talk like this.
Oh, right.
Right. So Adi says, all right. It's time to get things started. So the players are going to show you what they can do. We'll show you a bit of running, a bit of throwing, passing, you know that. And of course, a good bit of strength. So,
all right.
Scouts, please follow me. Players, do your best. He walks to one of them and says, you're going to do great today. All right? The player kind of looks and nods. Good. And then he goes over to you again and says, come, let's go. And he leads you to the stands, the benches closest to the pitch itself. And he says, well, you can sit here and watch, or you can go down and interact with the players. But, try not to get too much in their way. You can look up close, but, you can ask them questions as well. But, allow them to play as well, obviously. So, now we're getting to a small skill challenge, or actually small, it's kind of big, I suppose. And it's basically going to decide how good your information is. And I've made a sort of, a spreadsheet for this, which will help us in doing all of this. And I'll send it to you guys right away. This is the link.
Yes, I have it.
You guys already found it, haven't you?
Yeah, I think I did. It's called scouting, I think.
Yeah, the scouting one. So I also made a link for the viewers if they want to look along. They can't change anything, but they can watch. So I'll add that here as well for those who are interested. So
I like the best label called Big Brother.
Yeah.
So the way it works is as followed. You guys have points to spend, and these points have actually gone up with 1 because you guys have gathered some extra information yesterday.
Cool.
So now you have 11 points to spend. And you can do this on an insight check, a perception check, an intelligence athletics check, an intelligence acrobatics check, or a persuasion check. And the way it works is you can spend 1 point to roll whatever you have for that skill, and just to see what it is, or you can spend 2 points to roll the skill and get a +2 to it. You can re-roll things that you've tried as many times as you want. So let's say that Alexei gets a result of a 13 for his first check, like so. Mm-hmm. But he's like, okay, I can do better than that. And he rolls again, and then he rolls an 18. And if both of these were just 1 point rolls, then he would have spent 2 of his 9 points. So his points.
All right, so I do spend points for the re-roll.
Yes. Every roll you make, whether it's the first one or a re-roll, is a point. As you probably see, you all start with 5 in everything. So 5 is the bottom. So if you roll a 2 for something, it does nothing.
Yeah, I got it.
Do you guys understand?
I think so.
Roughly.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So it's kind of like, how do you guys spend your time?
Mm-hmm.
I also added, I think I have all the right checks down below for each of your characters. So
let me check that.
There's one thing that I altered, and that is Alexei's int athletics and int acrobatics. They should both be one lower, but I decided to add 1 point to both of them because he's played before.
He's an expert, yeah.
So he knows better how players should perform.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you mean you've increased my intellect? That's what you meant?
For this check, yes.
All right.
You don't suffer an int penalty because you're a player, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So, one last thing. If you guys, decide at a certain point, like, okay, we've done enough with the rolls, we decide not to roll anymore, and you have time left, you can try to do other stuff. And depending on how many points you have left, you have more time, basically.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So if you're like, okay, we're not going to get better than something anyway, then you guys can decide to stop, and you can try to mess with the other teams or something.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So this total will determine the quality of our information.
Yes. That's right.
And the points are basically the measure of time.
The points that to spend. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, okay. I'm going to start with what I'm clearly the best at. So I'm going to go down and talk to people.
Right.
So I can use some persuasion.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
So that means I just roll persuasion.
Do you want to spend 1 point, or do you want?
I'll spend 1 point.
All right.
So that should be then.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
You should be.
That'll do. That'll do.
How do you guys want to do this? Do you guys want to add your own results, or shall I add them?
You can do it.
Yeah,
I think it's easier if you do it.
Okay. So Alberto has a 20, and he has 1 point less to spend. So there we go. That moves you guys up a little bit.
Well, I'm going to go and have a good discerning look at how people manage their jumping and their running, and maybe even their punching. And I'm probably going to try and also look at the male players, but it's still me. So
So okay, makes sense.
So you know what? I'll start off with a dual points.
All right. Also, I should add one thing. You guys probably already noticed. Each score has an average rating, and the average is of each of your rolls and the highest result. So that means that the person with the best result for
I got you. It gets to count twice.
counts twice.
Okay.
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 All right.
That'll do. That'll do. That's not bad. So I added a +6. This will be my athletics inspection. So I'm watching them run and jump and stuff.
So that's a 19 for athletics.
Yes. And I used 2 points for that.
Fair enough.
All right. I think I'll just use my game insight. So basically what I'm doing is I'm actually just mingling around the players, just looking at what they're doing, how they're moving, and just to suss out which one has innate talent and which one has just been trained really well.
Is that insight? What you're going?
Yeah, I'm going to use it. I'm going for talent, for insight. Yes.
All right.
So I'm going to spend 1 point, I think. No, I'll do 2 points. I'll do 2 points. So that gives me, what does that give me again? 2 points?
Let's see. Your normal one is a +3, so this would be a +5.
A +5. Let me just add that because that's go.
Okay. We're doing pretty good at this.
Yeah, you're not bad.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Decent start. I'm guessing I should just go for intelligence acrobatics since I at least have 2 in that, but I'm going to go for a 2-pointer so I get +4 on it.
All right.
Because I'm not going to do persuasion anymore. I'm pleased with that number.
Yeah, I think that's not going to get better.
Oh, it's possible.
15 is I feel like decent. Someone can probably roll better than that, but it's an okay number.
Yeah, I am going to. Oh, sorry. I think you go, Sage. There we go.
Well, I may not be a specialty, but we need all of these numbers filled to some degree.
We do have the points to roll on all of them as long as no one rolls horribly.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna hang around and I'm gonna listen to the conversations and try and make sense of what's going on, who's watching whom, and whether there's anything to be learned from that. So I am doing
a perception, I think.
Oh, I meant this as an insight. Not so much looking at them. So at 10, it's normal. It's okay. Yeah. No advantage, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. That was one point, right?
Damn that roll. Yeah, that was 1 point. So just a 10. Just to get the 5s out of the way, basically.
All right. So. Then I think I'm going to do something. I'm going to go walk down and with a drink in hand, I'm going to just talk to people because I do my talking best when carrying around a beer.
Sounds good.
So I will spend, I'm spending 1 point and using persuasion. So that would be, what is that roll?
+1, I think, right?
Yeah.
So let's see, roll 1d20 +1. Oh, not my best, but
better than a 5.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
sir, it is.
Just getting the 5s out of the way I think is a good start because then we see what we can really improve on still.
You guys have already reached a bad level.
Yay!
Yeah, you know it.
Okay.
Level. Oh, that's sorry.
So
Alberto.
I think it's time to try and kind of judge how quick these players actually are and how their ball handling skills are. So I'm going for the athletics here, but just a 1 pointer, so that would be +2.
All right.
Keep rolling them 10s-ish. So a 12.
12, okay. All right. Siegfried.
Yeah, I'm looking for options to improve stuff with spellcasting, but haven't come across anything yet. So I walk up to the player and I go, "Hey, you seem really good at this. How do you like your chances? Because talking to people is important, and I don't know. At least it's not a 5.
It's a 9. It's better.
It's average-ish for me. Talking to people is hard. Bye.
All right. Cool.
All right, so I'm going to look at the acrobatics that people are displaying, and I have no intelligence to speak of, but I know when someone's good at something because I've done it before myself.
Yep.
So let's see if they can do what I could do. They couldn't.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's no good.
Pretty bad, actually.
That happens. That happens.
Well, I think it's time for me to spend a lot of time silently glaring at people from the stage or from the sidelines. So I'm going for a perception here. I'm spending 2 points to get the +2.
All right.
Okay. Well, that's not bad.
No, I'm pretty pleased with that.
Yeah. All right, that's a 14. Oops, not a 144. That would be a bit much.
I'll take it.
So would I.
Siegfried.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I've decided that the stands aren't really the best spot to get a good view of the game because you really want a bird's eye perspective and see what's going on all over the pitch. Yeah. So I take a bird's eye perspective to see what's going on the pitch. What was his name again? Stefan the Hawk. Stefan the Hawk takes flight, has a look over the pitch, tries to get a good idea of what everyone's doing. So that would be my
an additional +2. That's
yay! Oh, in that case, I'm spending 2 points. So that would be my perception. So normally it's +2, so then it would be +4 now, right? No, +6.
Yeah, +6.
20. Oh wait, there should be a space there. +6. Yeah, I'm going to lucky that because that's not good.
That's not a good result.
And here comes the 1.
Oh, that's better.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
good. That's pretty good.
cool. All right, so I am going to also do perception. So I'm just gonna walk back up to the stands because I had no idea. Because apparently, according to me, nobody's good at acrobatics at all. They all suck. I'm disappointed that people are.
You can't follow your footsteps.
Exactly.
We're not
And because
spending
of that-
50k on any of these guys. Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm going up in perception and spending 2 points to get a +2 bonus. So I'm rolling 1d20 +5 bonus.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. And I suck again. I get an 11.
Oh.
Here come the poor rolls. So bad.
It's better than a 5.
Yeah, well.
That's true. So, Alberto.
Yeah, I think it's time. Having talked to people, thought a bit about their acrobatics and athletics, and then actually looked at them. It's time to, get some insight into how that all adds together. I'm spending 2 points, so I get a +2.
All right.
And then I think real hard. Insight is hard, you guys. It's real hard.
At least you're staying within your own average.
Thinking is hard. Yeah. All right.
It's my go, right?
Yep.
So I've thought about this a little bit, and I get that when players get punched, they can dodge away, and they can also jump over each other and stuff. And I've written down some formulas on the laws of physics, and I believe I know what the players are supposed to do. But let's see how that works out in practice. So I'm checking out their int acrobatics, which would be a +4. And I'm not using a bonus just yet. Which is, okay.
Not bad.
15. All right.
All right, so the only thing I haven't checked out now was their how athletic all these people are. Apparently, they suck at acrobatics. That's for sure. It's not going to get any better. But maybe they
No,
can
they
run
don't.
fast.
Dude, pay
They can
attention.
No. This is terrible. But I hope they run fast. And I'll just spend 1 point and hope they can just stay away from far branch. Just run.
Yeah, maybe they can do that. Whoa!
Just got myself a natural 20.
Damn. Okay.
That's better.
You guys
Yes,
have
it
a
is.
pretty good idea of how athletic they are.
Yeah,
not-
Yeah.
done there.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Alberto.
Okay, so I've got 3 points left. If you want to min-max things, I'm wondering if I should just spend 2 points on persuasion. Because it gives me the biggest...
Yeah.
If I actually were to roll higher than a 15, it gives the biggest result. Because you're not going to beat my persuasion score.
No, but it's not just the highest. It's the highest and the average of the others. So fixing
but
a
the
low
highest
one.
also is added twice.
Yeah, but
So it is weighted. If I
think you're-
increase...
It is weighted, but the chance of getting better than that 20 isn't that great. Whereas the chance
No,
of
it's
improving that
like
9,
it's 1 in 4.
yeah,
But the thing is, if I go for my insight, it's say I roll 15 on my insight. That's a 6 point increase. That's then still divided by 4. So it's 1 point something increase. This is a lot of math. I'm not going to be able to do live.
the persuasion bonus just counts double relative to the others, or rather, the one that you improved your highest on counts double.
Yeah. So, and I think at this point, from an actual non-metagaming perspective,
True.
Alberto would have been like, "Well, I looked at things now. Let's go talk to them again."
Fair enough. I like that reasoning. Yeah.
I like the reasoning too.
Yeah. So I'm spending a lot of time talking to people down on the pitch.
Can I figure that out? Because you're trying to get information from them, right? What I would like to do, and I'm not sure which role this would fit under for me, but I was already thinking of casting Detect Thoughts. And
Interesting.
I think since he's trying to get people to open up about stuff, I think it would make more sense for my Detect Thoughts to hear what's going on when he's talking to them than when I try to talk to them. So could I use his persuasion as my persuasion or something?
Well, no, I don't think so. But what you could do is you could cast Detect Thoughts and then give the information you learn back to him, because you guys can communicate, right?
Yeah.
Without talking.
So I can ask more poignant questions.
Exactly.
Right,
So that
right.
would give him a +2 on his check.
Okay,
Additionally
fair
to
enough.
whatever he has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like a really good idea. Let's do that.
So you would get a +7.
Well, no, I'd get a +9.
9 even.
Oh, you're also spending 2
Yeah.
points on it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Here we go.
Now roll well.
I need to roll over 11, which is...
I mean,
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Well, that's
We're almost that good. We're almost that good.
yes, almost.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend ints in my intellect erratics, and I'm going to go back into that because that's where I can get the biggest
Yeah.
grease in anything I do.
So
I'm hoping not to roll another natural 1. That's what I'm hoping.
makes sense.
I hope so. Let's see.
No random magic. Nope.
My intellect erratics, I had a bonus on that, right? Yeah, I did. So I'm going to spend 2 points on that. Give me a +4 in total. Let's see if that helps me at all. It does.
Oh, it does.
That's a 23, bitches.
That's
a lot of points.
Language.
that's a lot of points.
Oh,
Okay.
we're almost at very good.
We're so very
Oh,
good.
you're almost at very good all of a sudden. Okay, you guys don't need too much to get there, to be honest.
I think Siegfried might be able to up something.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely will. So Detect Thoughts only lasts for 1 minute, so I don't think I'm going to be able to squeeze anything out of that myself. Well, I guess I could cast it again.
I have a question. Is it possible for you to use insight, but then do detect thoughts on my character, to use my insight as your insight? As my character?
But I do think if I cast it again, I might get an additional bonus to my own insight roll. I think that would be fair enough.
I think
okay.
that's fair. Fine.
Okay, so then I'm casting Detect Thoughts again. So this is my do random nasty things happen roll. They do not. Oh, what a waste. And
I don't know.
we need more nosebleeds, surely.
so I try to get as much information I can from the others simply by listening what's going on, not just what they're saying, but also what they're thinking as they're saying it, because that makes a lot of sense. And you know what? Let's use 2 points here. So
Makes sense.
D20 plus 4 is that? Because my normal insight is.
Did you roll your 2d20s for the day, by the way?
Yeah,
I did.
He has an 11 left.
I used a 10 and I have a 9 left actually. So I get a +6 now.
All right.
+2 from the spell, +2 from the using more time, and 2 from my natural ability at insight. Right? I have that, don't I? No, I don't. So no, then it's 4. Sorry.
4.
Okay.
Dude, that is great.
That'll do.
All right.
That'll
So
do.
you hear them thinking, and they're all the players are constantly thinking like, "Oh, damn, that guy is really good," or stuff like that. And you kind of realize how the players think of each other, and that gives a lot of information.
Awesome. Oh yeah.
Guys,
We're
very good.
We're doing pretty okay.
All right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to spend my last 2 points on trying to persuade people again, because I think that's something where I can still. Oh wait, no, perception is a better art for me.
Yeah.
And how are you going to do that?
No, I'm percepting things. I'm running back to the stands. I've decided, my characters realized, wait, I've been standing behind the beer cart. I can't see people through the beer cart. If I step to the side, I'll see a lot more things happening on the pitch. And because of the realization, I will get that +2 bonus because I'm spending 2 points.
I'll give you an additional +2.
Oh, dude.
For stepping from...
Yes, for stepping outside of the barrel. It's like, oh my god, the world has opened up in front of me.
So I get a +7 because of that.
+7. Yeah.
Let's see if that helps. Oh, well, I do see more.
It helps. It does help. So, oops, let's change.
My perception is now 15.
Right. So.
And we're almost at excellent.
Alexei's done with his time. Alberto still has 1.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to go for insight, but I realize that just thinking about it on my own isn't really working to my advantage. But I do have a good relationship with Audi, so I'm going to spend the last time I have of the day talking to him and try and get him to tell me what his insights are.
I think that's very clever. I'll give you a +2 for that. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
That gives me a +2.
Yes. +2. All right.
Go 20.
14.
Better.
Improvement.
Yes.
It is better.
All right. Oh, guys. Okay, it's close.
I'm really going to have to talk to people, aren't I? Well, actually, my acrobatics and my persuasion are rather similar. I'm subpar on both of them right now.
I would go for acrobatics because you have the bigger bonus on acrobatics, and you can spend 2 points on that, so you get a +6.
I'm tempted to just spend 1 point on both, actually.
Cool.
Because on average, they'll improve. So
yeah, you're right.
First up, I'm going to have another look at this whole dodging and jumping thing. Make some minor adjustments to the formulas in my book based on my previous observations. And,
basically, what happens now is my character walks by and says, "You know what? These guys are actually pretty good."
I like that.
So +4, is it? For acrobatics. Oh,
dude, that is good.
That's not bad. Yeah, that's because I'm smart.
Oh, shush.
Right.
So,
my goodness.
I guess the time has come to actually go and have a word with people again. I'm looking.
Do you have any way of? Maybe you could just walk up to someone and say, "You know who I hang out with? I hang out with Alberto and Alexei.
Well,
you want Alexei's autograph?"
Can I make myself look better with alter self?
Well, I mean, at this point, you do have a lot of insight, perception, athletics, and acrobatics knowledge, which you could use.
Yeah, you could
as a baseline for what you're talking to them about.
You could give someone a compliment.
You
could give someone a compliment.
You know what? Yeah, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to send Alberto a message and say, dude, I feel like I need to get people to approve or something, just to help me out.
I'm just trying to and then ask a question.
Okay, I can do that. I'll try. I'll do what I can. Yeah, alter self seems a bit overkill here. So and I guess hold person to make them stand still while I talk to them won't work either.
Would you like to use a ventriloquism trick to use Alberto's voice instead of yours?
Yeah, I think it's all a bit silly, so I'm just going to go with
awesome.
Taking his advice.
All right.
But I do respect his abilities. So
let's
see
the advice of Alberto. Let's see a check for that.
Going to be persuasion.
Yeah, I think so. A persuasion makes the most sense, right?
So if Alberto rolls well now.
Yeah.
Oh, do you need me to roll? Oh, you need me to roll.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're trying to coach me.
Yeah. Here you go. No.
No.
You're not teachable. This is
true.
not my fault.
I would blame you, except, well, my character probably blames you, but you're right.
Oh god!
All right, Siegfried, go ahead and try.
So you go, maybe you should squeeze her ass. I bet she likes that. Because it works for you, because you have charisma 16.
No. You know what he said? He said he looked you in the eye and said, "Just be yourself."
Yeah, it always works for me. I'm not sure what. Yeah.
I don't think Alberto is that good at teaching other people persuasion because it's just like, well, you need a magnetic
natural
personality, and it helps if everyone likes you.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
So just be yourself. I'm just being myself. Let's see. I have a -1 to this.
Yep.
Let me go because this is my last point. I'll lucky that. I'll give it one more shot. Maybe I'll get lucky this time. No.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh, such a good feat. I love that feat. Lucky. All right.
Oh, we missed out like 5.
What?
I think we should
17.95. That's a rounding error.
Yeah.
Round that up.
Yeah, I guess I'll be nice and give you 18. I mean, it's so close. It's so close.
I think we did that well.
We did good. We did real good.
We did surprisingly good.
We did really well in acrobatics for some reason.
So do you limit yourself to just that aggregate stat, or does this also influence which kind of information we have?
This kind of gives you the information of how good they are. Hold on.
Okay.
I'll send you guys that, and that's kind of the last part we'll do. Let's see. This is your document with your... So I'll add another sheet to this. And in the second sheet of the players' information, I'll... Hold on. Players. So, excellence. Excellence is pretty good.
Yeah. We rock.
It's pretty good. So... Hold on, I need to send this one. The names, the race. Yeah, name, race, that's fine. So that's this. Done. So we're over there. And this is how good you think they are. I should add that a 20 is as good as a player can probably get. Yeah, can probably ever get. Where was it? Did I lose it? Oh, here it is. There we go. So,
whoa.
Could you link it in the Roll20?
Yeah, I can.
Thanks.
Let me add a filter to that. Where's a filter?
Oh, I guess this is an important question considering we now see some stats here. Has Ela been playing badly?
I'm trying to find out right
now. Yes, she has.
Okay.
But you guys...
Not as bad as you could have.
No, you guys still have a good idea of how good she is.
Yeah, because we rocket insight, apparently.
True. But the other players probably don't. So these are stats, and I'll share it with the viewers. Copy link. So
as we can see that both Durain and Ela played really well, which means that Durain is now super pleased by the fact that he crushed Ela, probably.
Yeah.
And then the question is, like, do we want both of them? Because if we were to pick Durain first, he'll be insufferable.
Yeah, he will be.
So, what is kind of to come is that you guys can still kind of try to figure out what the other scouts made out of all of this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And after that, you guys will have to pick the players, I suppose.
Cool.
So we're getting towards the end.
But that probably also means that we can, since we have some conversations with other coaches about what they like and about what they don't like, it might mean that we could possibly give away Durain to another team if we wanted to, since we're like, there might be some, team dynamic issues.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that we had decided that they might actually fire each other up. That
Yeah,
having
no,
them on the same team might. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one last thing I would like to add. There's a few players that are more experienced than others and are such even better than the others. Like Island, the Rockets, the Counts, and Far Branch, Starry. Those are more experienced players, so they, in game terms, would have higher levels.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. So the strength is like their stat line, their talent, and on top of that, these guys also have more development already. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Hey, the halfling is actually pretty good according to us.
And having a halfling when you already have a not so dumb ogre on your team is definitely not a bad idea for a human squad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Getting that. Because ogres can pick up a halfling with the ball and throw them across the pitch. Although treemen do it better, still.
Yeah, I actually have for all of the 10 best players. Yes, for the 10 best players, I have stat lines created.
Okay, cool.
So if you guys pick those players, I'll share those stat lines. They're obviously pretty good. And, in the normal game, they would probably be a bit,
Too good.
maybe, but no.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Excellent.
So I think that's it for today.
Mhm.
Nice.
We did good. I'm
Yeah,
pleased.
Very good.
You did excellent.
So I think if we want to improve our situation, we should focus on interfering with the others' picks. Because right now what we have is we know what's good for us. We don't know how well the others know this. But making sure that the ones we really like aren't picked before we get the chance is the next thing to focus on, I suppose.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
And
we want to try to get a few of these really good ones.
And I'd like to know what the effect of you sabotaging the necromancers was.
Yeah, they're
We probably have to break in again then.
Well, what we might find out
Leave
is
like an
that
entire halfling behind this time.
what we might find out is that they pick players that we have very low on our list because their divination failed. That would be cool.
Yeah. That would be very good. And also, the halflings are pretty stupid, so we could steer them.
But guys,
they're going to be random.
Guys, I really need to get going. So
Sure thing. Let me just wrap this up then. Everyone, thank you very much for watching. And we'll be back with the next episode, not 2 weeks from now, but 4 weeks from now, because 2 weeks from now there's like holidays and stuff. And that will probably be the last episode where Alberto is joining us. If you enjoyed his voice casting, whatever, he also has YouTube and Twitch. But you guys probably already knew that. And if you're on YouTube, you'll see it appear at some point. Okay.
Good.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
And thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
See you later,
Bye.
guys.
Alright, YouTube, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, remember to leave it a thumbs up at the bottom. And of course, if you'd like to see more videos, do check out the channel and hit subscribe on your top right.